So Google Ads or Google Guaranteed, which is better and why? It's a question I get asked quite often by home service businesses and contractors and really anybody that is able to be eligible for that platform. That platform on Google Guaranteed is really popular right now. It has been around for going on 3 years, but it's starting to get into more and more industries. So question, again, going back to Google Ads or Google Guaranteed, which should I do and why? Ideally, you're going to be doing both of those, and I'll tell you why here in a second. But on the surface level, Google Guaranteed is very appealing because it is a pay-per-lead platform versus pay-per-click on Google Ads. And with Google Guaranteed, if the lead isn't actually legit, meaning if you're a roofing company and they're asking for a deck rebuild, or they're in a location which you don't service, Google tracks all of those calls and sees all of the contact forms that are there. So you can actually get a credit if the lead isn't legit. Whereas if somebody accidentally clicks on your ad on Google Ads and they can't actually, or you actually can't service them, they can't do business with you, then you're kind of just screwed. Now, Google pay-per-click is a lot less expensive on the surface level as a pay-per-click standpoint versus pay-per-lead for obvious reasons. Usually it's anywhere from, I've seen it be 4 times more expensive on the Google Guaranteed side to get a lead all the way up to 10x. It just depends on your industry and your location. Now, with Google Guaranteed specifically, it doesn't encompass every single keyword that is out there. So it's going to have those main keywords. We like to refer to those as money keywords, or the keywords that most people think about when they are searching. So roofing company, St. Louis, roofer near me, etc. But those long-tailed keywords that are really, really cost-effective on Google Ads that are longer in search term, which usually typically lead to a quality lead as well, are not necessarily encompassed and covered in that Google Guaranteed platform. And if you go to the first page of Google and you type in a search and you see that Google Guaranteed platform, at the top, it is going to be above Google Ads and above the organic map pack and websites. The only thing is there's only 3 results there, very similar to the map pack. So it's a very competitive stance, obviously, where you're trying to get to that top 3. And if you're not there, the likelihood of you getting an opportunity is very slim to none. So Google Guaranteed is great. You have to go through a verification process because Google wants to protect the consumer in this instance. So you have to verify your insurance, and you have to verify your licensing if it's required in your industry. And the owner or owners of the company also have to do a background check. So it's a very, very in-depth program that usually takes about 7 to 10 days to get verified. Whereas Google Ads, anybody and their brother and sister can throw up a Google ad and get to that first page of Google pretty quickly, right? So those are the 2 different instances in kind of explaining the differences. Now with Google Ads, you can go a lot deeper. You can have a variety of different ads out there. You can target certain things by time of day, by location specific stuff, versus Google Guaranteed. You're kind of just going in there, putting your stuff into the profile and it's spitting stuff out there for you. So there's no optimization that can be done on Google Guaranteed. So it's not like you're going to get a cheaper lead cost over time or anything like that. If anything, I've seen it actually go up. But with Google Ads, when things are optimized and things are going really, really good, you can typically lower the cost per click, lower the cost per customer acquisition, and things like that. And so a lot of people think, okay, if I can do one or the other, what should I do? So I see a lot of people going just for the Google local services, or the Google Guaranteed as it's also known as, and then they don't do the Google Ads. What we typically find out is they're not getting the amount of leads because of all of those things that I just talked about, the competitive nature, the fact that it doesn't encompass all keywords, and there's not a lot of optimization that can be done, is they're not getting the quantity of leads that they're looking for. The quality might be there, but the quantity isn't what they're needing. So that's where Google Ads can come into play, among with search engine optimization and a variety of other digital marketing efforts. So I typically recommend people, if at all possible, to do both hand in hand. Because if you're a consumer and you go to the first page of Google and you do see, X, Y, and Z company in the Google Guaranteed section, then you see a Google ad, then you see a map pack listing, and then you see the organic website on the first page of Google. That's 4 spots that you're taking up on that first page of Google, and the consumer is absolutely wowed. So regardless of which one they're picking, the likelihood that you're going to get a chance to earn their business is significantly higher than if you just had a Google guaranteed ad that was out there and you weren't in the map pack and your website wasn't organically on there and you had no Google ad running. Now, Google ads will typically take about 90 days to fully optimize, if not longer, sometimes shorter, depending upon your budget, your market, your industry, and things like that. But Google Guaranteed is a very, very solid resource to just be able to turn on and off with ease. So I don't necessarily look at them as, hey, should I do one or the other? I recommend doing a combined approach to dominate and really corner in the market on that first page of Google. If you do just have one or the other, if you're like, hey, I'm really, really tight on budget, I do recommend Google Guaranteed because you're not going to have to pay a marketing company in order to set it up or optimize it. If you are, I'm going to make a separate video about this. Absolutely, please do not do that. I was just talking to a company the other day that was paying close to $1,500 a month to have somebody manage the Google Guaranteed listing. Not necessary at all. It's something that we set up for our clients and even potential clients, absolutely free, and we just help you consult it. You should be the one going in there and managing it and managing the lead flow and all of those things. If you're paying a marketing company to do that, stop. Absolutely stop. Stop watching this video right now and go stop paying for that service. So again, just recapping, Google Ads or Google Guaranteed, I recommend both, if at all possible. If you're gonna do one or the other, I always recommend typically getting started with Google local services or Google Guaranteed, because with Google Ads, you're typically gonna wanna pay a company to set up the campaign, to manage it on a monthly basis, and then obviously you're gonna have to have budgets for both of those things. So I typically recommend going with Google Guaranteed. Typically what we see is that people will start out there and then add Google Ads when they realize it's not everything they thought it was going to be. It's great, but the quantity and the involvement of all the search terms typically isn't there. So I hope this video helps. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, things like that on Google Ads or Google Guaranteed, feel free to leave those in the comments below or head over to AdamMcChesney.com and feel free to shoot us a message. Thank you very much for watching today's video, and we'll see you next time.